Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Tello, back to you with another World of Warcraft video. And you know what's funny? I was actually just watching at this very moment, around like 5:30 right now, Zaryu and Sacs, they were all just going through the Blood God event, and they were trying to kill the Blood God, and they failed with like 15% health or something like that. That shit was insane, dude. They're saying right now WoW's getting DDoS, if you're on the server, by the way. Or I believe Zaryu just fucked the whole server up. But just as a joke, we're gonna run it as Zaryu. Oh, the camera's not even looking at me. Lock it in this way. Oh, quick attachment. We're just gonna say Zaryu and his crew fucking nuked the servers. However, it's funny either way. I don't care. Probably a DDoS more than likely. However, boys, I hope you're having a good day today. Let's lock it in. Get to the full cam real quick. You're probably saying, where's the water bottle? Where's the water at? Well, guess what? Listen, we're switching it up today. A little iced tea action for you, boy. A couple cubicles of ice in there that are frozen from the lakes of Minnetonka. And we had some Chinese food tonight. I feel great. Some sweet and sour pork, a little Chinese sausage fried rice. Your boy feels good. Oh, I'm choking. I'm choking. It's the horde. They poisoned me. Let's get a sip of the iced tea. Yes. The gods have blessed this one indeed. From the waters of the Paladin's retribution well. A little slurp action, ASMR. Back it up. I'll kiss you. You know the deal. Listen. That was really good Chinese food, by the way, tonight. However, today we're going over a video, which, honestly, I think one of the viewers were mentioning in the comments if we can talk about, like, an updated gold guide, so to say. This is not really, like... I'm not going to say this is, like, a full-on gold guide. But this is pretty damn good. So maybe it is a gold guide. I ain't charging you guys like $10.99, $20.99, $25.99. Fuck out of here. I ain't no sleazy salesman. However, I'll give you this shit for free. You do of it as you will. You're probably already doing most of these grinds already. I know you guys are smart, alright? I know you're smart. So, you know, I'm going to show you a couple things that you could do. You could be selling already. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't, but, you know, let me know in the comments below if you enjoy these. And let me know about your farms that you're doing in the comments below, and everybody could share their thoughts on what's making them good money right now. If you're not swiping, of course. Which we might as well at this point, you know. Get the mother's credit card, swipe it up, get us a couple hundred gold, lock it in, settle down. That's crazy. Anywho, so... as you see, we're looking at the Gnomer crafted items. We all know that the items for Gnomer are really good. And a lot of people right now are trying to get as much bang for their buck because it costs a good amount of money to get the plans itself. I mean, you see here 25 gold just to get your, you know, best in slot crafting recipe to make the item you're trying to get. So it is pretty pricey. However, if you are lucky to have the item, or maybe you're not going for the item and you just want to take advantage of flipping the materials for the item itself, you could be going for the hyperconductive arcanofilament, which a lot of people on a lot of servers, not sure about your server or mine, but sometimes these bad boys are going for like 25 to a certain amount of gold, maybe even 45 gold for just a stack. It's insane. So you could definitely flip these, whatever your auction houses are, depending on what server you're on. If you see a high price for these for a stack of 20, make some money from this. I recommend it. And we got multiple tabs open, so we're going to go through, you know, as all the ideas of ways of making money that I think are pretty profitable, okay? Also, the faintly glowing leather, another good piece, especially for like the leather crafting aspect of these epic recipes. If you see a good 20 stack on your auction house, flip these bad boys. The same thing goes for the low background true silver plates, and I believe the polished true silver gears. So if you're trying to make some pretty solid money and you don't want to really get your epics, you just want to make the gold, maybe you're planning for phase 3 or whatever you want to do, however you're handling it, take advantage of these 4 you know, epic crafting material recipes, even the box sorted parts, like the stuff that you get from handing stuff in, and even the whatchamacallit, the grime encrusted things. I know in the beginning they were selling for a lot, but if you're selling them now for like 3 to 5, 7 gold a pop, do that as well. But from what I've heard, it's actually better to sell the box sorted parts. From what a buddy told of mine, you can get some good money from those, or if you plan on crafting these particular things over here on this side of the screen. I'm always pointing over here. There's nothing over here. Settle down, all right? It's just my laundry back there. But yeah, you can get some good money is what I'm trying to say. However, another good item for my, you know, disenchanters, enchanters, whatever you're doing, Greater Nether Essence is really good right now. My boy on my server, Living Flame US, I think he was making about like 5, 6 gold, maybe 7 gold a pop. Lesser nether essence, really good as well. These are essential for making a lot of enchantments for different types of gear pieces, weapon pieces, etc. So get on top of this if you're trying to make yourself some good amount of coinage. Same thing goes with the large glowing shard, another really good material that helps out with people with their enchantments as well. And also selling your enchantment services. I know you're competing probably in Ironforge and Stormwind, Darnassus, wherever you're doing it at, but selling your services is really good too. It's highly recommended because this way you can make some best bang for your buck. It's really good, a good income source. And honestly, I get a little jealous of these enchanters sometimes. Maybe I should have rolled enchanting. However, your boy's doing blacksmith and engineering, and we're just buying our mats, all right? We're trying. And I have an alt that we do mining, so I try my best, but it's been a grind for sure when it comes to the professional leveling. However, if you want a more, like, you just want to kill stuff and kill shit type of grinding to get gold, I got you for these, which can give good drop rates as well. Heart of the Wild. Now, if you're going to be farming in the, I would say, Swamp of Sorrows area, up north of the Swamp of Sorrows, you know what? I'm actually going to show you. Let me show you the map. Let's go to the map. Come with me for a journey real quick. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Right here. Swamp of Sorrows. In this area right here, where I'm putting all these pins, is all those fen creatures. All over here. You could see them along the river line sometimes over here too. Depends. Like, they're like the moss fens like you would see in wetlands as well. So you could see them in a couple different areas, depending on where you go. But, the Heart of the Wild is really good. On my server, these things are going for like 3 to 5 gold for one. And it's pretty pricey. So if you want to find a good farm, Heart of the Wild is really good. This is a best bang for your buck. And I'm actually going to drag this over to where I have another item. I'll show you in a second again. All I'm saying is Heart of the Wild is a great farm. You should definitely farm those. We talked about the Waylaid supplies already. I know some people in my comments were saying, Tello, this is a good guide. We like your energy, but overall, these things are getting already exploited. And listen, I totally understand. I'm not here to say these are the end all be all of the farm. At the end of the day, if you're lucky enough to get materials from the auction house that you could flip to get a good bang for your buck in the in these supply crates, then do so. Whatever you can net profit is a good profit. But if it's not worth it, then just get rid of them. It's like 20 silver. It's still 20 silver. If you have 5 of them and they're all too expensive, that's still 1 gold. Like, just get rid of them. But if you have them on your server, depending on which ones you get, like the White Bandit Mask, or maybe, what's another good one that was pretty solid for me? Green Iron Bracers, depending on the day, are pretty cheap. There was another one that was, Fire Oil was pretty cheap for me as well. I remember that. And there was a couple other ones as well. If I were to look down the list, I know there was like one with like a cloak piece or a back cloak. It was either dark leather cloak or something else. However, what I'm trying to say is this: you can get away with making 12 gold, or let's say maybe roughly around 6 to 8 gold profit, and invest a 2 to 4 gold profit, depending what you have to do. Right? It's all completely economy and server based. So that's all. I'll leave it at that. Mageweave Cloth, phenomenal farm, especially if you're gonna go over here, which we'll jump back to. We'll go to Kalmador, and we'll go to Feralis, or Feralis, however you pronounce it. I'm not great at pronouncing names. But if you're going to farm all over here in this area, I don't know why my nose is so itchy right now. What is going on? What is going on? Is the Horde setting me up again? Yo, Horde, if you're in my comments, leave me alone. I'm trying to shoot my shot here. Settle down. However, if you go south of the camp, you can get a lot of these, it's like the gnolls, And there's a lot of there's like lightning bolt versions of these gnomes, and there's like regular barbarian gnomes, and there's a trapper gnome there, or they're gnolls, not gnomes, sorry, gnolls. You know what I'm talking about. However, they're all down in this south area, and you can get a lot of good Mageweave, which sometimes drops to 2 Mageweave as well. So it's pretty solid. But if you want to take it more up north, you could come along this area over here, and I'll zoom in a little bit because maybe it's not too good for you guys on the eyes. But right here, there's a lot of ogres, especially the shaman ogres and like the brute ogres. So you can either go up north with this or go up south. I know some people go on the ocean side and like they farm like pearls, which I hear is pretty good too for gold. But if you just want Mageweave, which on my server currently, I think a stack of 20 is selling for 8 to 9 gold the other night when I was selling them. So like, let's say like we'll rough it to the round estimate, 9 gold for a stack of 20. that's fucking bank. And if you're lucky enough to not get ganked by the horde, if they're not messing with you, then this is the spot to go. Or up north, you can look have a good farming experience up there. I was looking for the flame sacks, because you guys know I keep talking about the flame sacks. Hold on, let me check one of my... Yeah, up here. Let's jump to these real quick. Let's jump to these real quick and put the map over here. Where's it at? Where's it at? I can't even find it. There's so many. I have so many tabs open. Here we go. So the flame sack. The flame sack is really good, especially if we were going to jump back to Eastern Kingdoms and we're going to come back to the Swamp of Sorrows. Somebody was trying to tell me you could do it in the wetlands. You can do it in the wetlands if you want to. I think it's in this area over here in the wetlands, around, I would say around, somewhere around these areas right here. There's a lot of kelps there, but the drop rates are better in Swamp of Sorrows. I'm telling you, like, it's so consistent. And it's all down here in this little area, right where this like pond is, and these back areas here. You can make a lot of money from these flame sacks and get a lot of good green BOEs, which is the best thing even about in Feralist with Mageweave. You can get a lot of green BOEs. I had agility mail pants, agility stamina that are selling for like 17 to 22 gold right now, and I'm putting that in the auction house as we speak. So hopefully that sells. If it doesn't, then we'll put it back on, see if it sells. But that's what you got to do. Or some people might disenchant those, you know. So if you're an enchanter, you might make money from, you know, disenchanting those type of BOEs as well, which is really good. But overall, you can get flame sacks here, and it's actually a really good farm. White spider meat, you can actually farm that all over here in Swamp of Sorrows as well. There's tons of areas in the Sorrows that you can get a lot of good stuff from. And even the Heart of Wild, like obviously what we talked about earlier, you can mix it up. They spawn over here too, those moss creatures. But a lot of spiders spawn in this area down here. The white spider meat. If you have another better area, that's fine. But Swamp of Sorrows is perfect for me. It's a beautiful spot of farming really good raw materials. So you can't go wrong, especially trying to get BOEs and bags and all that stuff as well, right? Let's look at stuff. Let's back it up a little bit. Let's back it up. So I think we left off over here. So now, let's talk about, like, rares and gear, okay? Let's get these ads out of here. Zoom out a little bit. Expert Gold Miner's Helmet. Depending on your server, this might be going for a lot of money. BOEs is another way of farming gold and getting, you know, really good bang for your buck. Obviously, these are completely RNG. The drop rates are pretty low, but I would say if you're going to get a group of buddies together or whoever you are, or if you're just a hunter and you like soloing everything, I understand that. That's totally fine. You can definitely get these, you know, farm this. Even like a mage could probably start farming these just for the shit of it and sell this for a pretty valuable price on the auction house, just because it's plus effect on axes, +7. That is actually phenomenal. So you'll probably sell that on the auction house for a good amount of gold. The jackhammer. This is what I was talking about in, whatchamacallit. I think I was talking about it in one of my paladin guides. I think prop paladin guide, where I was saying like how one of these one-hander weapons are phenomenal. A lot of top paladins are using this. I think there's another weapon called the Night something, Nightgale or whatever. I forget the name. It's like an epic. It's an epic weapon. I remember somebody was talking about me the other night, and that if you wind up getting that weapon as well, I think it's like a shadow proc that comes on top of it. You could sell that for a decent amount of gold as well. But the jackhammer is what I'm basically getting at, is that it's up to you. If you get this as like a, you know, a prop paladin, this is a beautiful weapon. It's actually insane how good it is. So I would recommend you either keeping it or selling it and making a good amount of money. Obviously, we're talking about gold making here. So I would say just sell the damn thing. If you get like the needle, like the needler from Gnomer, or, you know, maybe you have a good one-hander already. So just sell it. The Pendulum of Doom. Absolutely insane weapon. Absolutely nuts. Right now, currently on my server, I think it's going for 4,000 gold or 3,800 gold. It's absolutely fucking insane. These people, what they're trying to sell for this price for, but it's obviously makes sense. It's a 4.0 weapons, you know, swing speed. That is absolutely the cream of the crop, juicy, and we love that. So delivers a fatal wound for 250 to 350 damage. It's one of the best axes in the game. To be honest with you, I think this might be even better than Thermoplug, in my opinion, just based on the proc, based on the slow weapon swing speed. But then again, Thermoplug does give you 29 strength and really good stamina. They're both really good. We'll say they're both really good. They're brother and sisters over here, okay? They're amazing, all right? The Gut Ripper. Oh, yeah, and by the way, you can farm this in Uldaman. Okay, you get a group, you go deeper into Uldaman, and you go around where like the stone people are. I think it's like, actually no, you have a better chance of getting this from the fire trolls, like later within the cave that are level 44, 45, and they're harder to kill. So you can get that in that general area. It's almost like you're almost going to like the end side of the dungeon. It's pretty tough, I won't lie. It's not easy to get. You get right here. You get them best from the stone flame weavers or the stone stewards. So I'll show you these guys right here, just so you can see them. It's these dudes right here. So this is the best one, I would say, to go for in the dungeon. They're deep in the dungeon, though, and they're pretty hard to kill. You need a good group. The Gut Ripper. Gut Ripper's phenomenal. A lot of rogues want this right now. And if you manage to get it, you're going to be selling it for a high amount of price. I think it's going for like 15 to 1700 gold on my server, maybe close to 2 Gs. Pretty nutty weapon. You can farm this in Tenaris. You can go in like the area where, whatchamacallit. It says like here you were for the hyenas, but there's another spot. Yeah, I know where it is. Right here. By the southern pirates. These dudes right here. The goblins. And the dock workers. If you go here in Tenaris, in this right side, you can actually get really good BOEs from here. Once again, disenchantment, selling and reflipping on the auction house, or just generally trying to get the Gut Ripper itself, and maybe go with a couple healers and your friends in range or whatever, and try to farm this bad boy out. It's pretty hard though. The bow of searing arrows. Really good bow. A lot of range are looking for this bow in particular. Really selling for a good amount. I think my friend said that was selling for 2,000 gold or 1,500. I can't remember exactly, but the best drop rate you can get from this is around here in the Badlands. These dudes basically drop it as well. You could do it from in Uldaman as well. So you could get it from these ogres in the Badlands, the bottom left, or some in the middle. Or we can get them from the Obsidian Sentinel. Very, very low drop rate, though. Very low drop rate. So once again, Uldaman is really good in terms of how many places you can get different types of gear. Let's keep going, though. So we already mentioned the white spider meat. We mentioned the small flame sacs. That's just the map again. Traveler's backpack. Now, I know this seems odd, but people, if you're going to be doing the Stranglethorn event, right, the blood event, if you're going to be doing it in the Gurubashi arena, within the arena, we'll go to Stranglethorn real quick. Within the arena right here, there is a chest that will spawn. And you and your group has to be in there first. It's going to be tough to get, because a lot of people are going to want to try to get that chest. There's a chance for that Traveler's Backpack to spawn in there, and I think there's a chance for the Arena Trinket pendant as well. So if you manage to get this, you're looking at some pretty solid coinage right here. And I'm not too sure how much it might be going on your server. To be honest with you, I didn't even check the price where it's going for on my server, but I do believe my friends did say that this is going for a decent amount of gold. So if you can get this, either keep it for yourself if you need some bank space, or flip this, you know what I mean? But there is some pretty good items for that chest. You have to fight for it early on. The announcer will come outside saying, hey, there's a chest that's about to spawn, and you and your group of 5 will fight for it. And for the last 2 things I recommend for making a lot of money, this is more class dependent. It does suck, I understand, not all classes can do this, but when you're a mage and a warlock, you have the advantages. Obviously, you already know in LFGs, if you're a mage, you could be selling portals. If you're a warlock, you definitely are making a lot of money for selling portals to Scarlet Monastery, wherever you got to go. So you have the advantages. You have to take the advantages of what you have as a class in order to make a lot of money. So that is basically, in a nutshell, what I recommend on what to do and how to make money currently right now in Phase 2. If you have any suggestions or anything you guys want to say about what else is a good gold making activity, I'm sure fishing is really good too for like greater sage fish or school fish. I'm sure there's better herbalism ideas as well, other ways to make money with that. I'm sure there's plenty of great other professions to be making money. The main key is taking advantage of your professions, looking on the auction house and seeing the items that you've learned from your professions, and observing on the auction house which ones are selling the most and which ones you know you're capable of getting. You got to put the time into it at the end of the day. If you want to make money, you got to grind for it. Right now, currently, I was just reflipping green iron bracers from like blacksmithing and the mithril gauntlets, and I was making like about like 2 gold to 3 gold a pop for like selling those each, like over and over and over again on my server, and I'm around like 80 something gold right now. It's pretty solid. So take advantage of your professions. That is a key importance of making money in WoW. And also, of course, auction house flipping is a natural thing to do. You could choose to do so if you want to. Maybe you and a group of buddies buy out a certain part of the auction house and then just say, hey, we're just going to try to reflip the value of these things. That's something that you have to do with a group, or if you just have, you know, big deep pockets and you a big dick player. I respect it. You know, give your boy some gold. I can use a couple million. Get out my face. Lock it in. Anyways, wrong camera. Terrible editor. I have no team. Where's the team? Where's the team? Anywho, listen, that's about it for the video. I appreciate you guys as always, and thank you for coming and leaving your nice comments. Even the people that, you know, leave some shitty comments, it's no big deal. I read them all. A much love to all of you. You know, peace and love to everybody that comes to my videos, and that's about it. I have nothing else to say. That Chinese food just, you know, blew my mind tonight. It was phenomenal. Lock it in, guys. And tonight's a raid night. We're going to Gnomer again. Hopefully 6 out of 6. Get in, get out, and I get to go to sleep and then beat my, hey, settle down, relax. Much love, amigos. I'll catch you in the next one. Keep on keeping on. Peace.
If you wanna dance tonight, if you wanna